endless skies. Oh, I'm living that nomad life, city to city, feeling alive. From mountain tops to ocean drives, unchained I thrive, I thrive.
And today we have a very special guest. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us all about it?
Hey, Chris, thank you so much for having me. I'm not 50 plus. Hopefully you can
No,
see
but
I'm
you are a digital
okay.
nomad, right? You're like
I
no.
am.
What are you like? 25? I think you like.
Oh my God. I wish I was 25. I'm closer than to 50 than 25.
No, I don't
Yeah.
believe you for a second. Not for
Yeah.
a second.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
travel makes you young. Travel makes you young. Absolutely.
Travel makes you young, that's for sure. That's like a pattern that I'm seeing among like other, like most of digital nomads, even those who are, 50 above. We all look young, or we
Oh yeah.
act young, or we have this young heart. So
Yes.
yes, I agree with you.
Absolutely. And every single person who I've ever interviewed has been so happy with this
Mhm.
life that they absolutely love it. They wouldn't trade it in for anything. Like going back to a corporate job, sitting in a cubicle and
Oh
stuff like
no,
that. I don't know. Nobody wants that anymore.
no, no, never, never for sure. No, cannot
So how did
imagine.
you tell us your story? How did you get into this? Like,
Yeah,
have you
sure.
always been interested in
Mhm.
traveling, like since you were young, or?
Right. So first, well, hi everybody. I'm Hakima, and I've been a nomad for the last 8 years. It's been 8 years already.
Wow.
Mhm.
Did you
Yeah.
have like a nomad cake, like an anniversary cake with
No, I
8
don't even
candles on it?
celebrate it anymore. I think at first, the first 1 or 2 years, like I would celebrate it, thinking like saying, "Yeah, it's been 1 year I'm a nomad, 2 years I'm a nomad," and after that, you kind of forget about it. It's just becoming your new normal self.
Yes, your new normal self.
Exactly. But yeah, I've been a nomad for the last 8 years. I started quite late nomading. Well, late. I don't know if it's late. It's never too late, I would
Never
say.
too late.
Yeah, right. I
There's
was.
people in their 70s and 80s who are starting to think
Mhm.
about doing it.
It's never too late to nomad to nomading. And once you go nomading, you never come back to the corporate life. So,
Absolutely.
um,
Absolutely.
but I had a career also in corporate. I was first, and I was a diplomat. Then I quit.
Wow.
I know. I was
That's amazing. Who were you a
representing
diplomat for? Like,
France.
where were you stationed?
Yeah, I was representing France in first in China, then in Japan.
Wow, that's
So I
fantastic.
did two rounds of surfing, and then the public sector was not for me. Like
Hmm.
working for the government was not for me. But I already had that in my heart to move abroad, to go abroad, because I wanted to travel. I was really interested into discovering a new culture and living my own country of origin. But then I quit the public service world, joined the corporate world, worked. I
You
was
went from one
doing
box to another box.
exactly, and in Japan, can you imagine that? I was
Oh my
working.
God, you actually worked in Japan?
Yes,
The
for
the
9
culture there is insane. The work culture there is insane. I mean, I can't.
years.
I mean, I was there once for about 2 weeks, and it's amazing how hard everybody works. And my wife's Japanese. We watch Japanese dramas all the time, and it's amazing. You see these people. It's like midnight, and they're still in the office working away. I'm like, going, what kind of work culture is that? It must be insane.
Yes, yeah. I was enjoying it at that time, like working, like just working from 9 a.m. to 10, 11 p.m.
And then you would go for drinks.
And not even. I wouldn't, like, I was too tired at 11 p.m. I was like skipping all the invitation from coworkers. Um, but yeah, I worked in business development, in investment banking. So,
Wow,
oh,
that's a tough field.
that is a tough field, but that's what opened my journey of nomading, because I was working for that investment bank, and I was in charge of making connection with other investment bank in the world. And I wanted to leave Japan. I wanted to
Mm.
be remote. I wanted to become a nomad.
That's funny because everybody I talk to says, "Oh, I want to go to Japan. I love I love the concept of Japan. I think
Yeah,
Japan is amazing."
for a short time it's good, but as a nomad, I think I would want to go back to Japan, as
Yeah.
a nomad, because then I would I'm working for myself now.
Yeah.
And
So it wasn't so much the company, sorry, the country. It was the
no,
company you were working
yes.
for in the
Yeah.
things you were
The
doing. Yeah.
rigidity of working for corporate. It doesn't matter which country it is, like just working for corporate.
Yep.
It's that. Um, but at that time, it was in 2017, and there were an ad on Facebook that showed up for a program called Remote Year, which they closed by now.
Oh yeah,
Um,
remote year. I was talking to
yeah.
somebody else who also did that too, and
Okay.
she had a great time. Although I think she nearly got stuck in Colombia
Oh, wow. Okay.
during
Yeah.
just before COVID, right? Just
Oh,
before COVID
yeah.
that happened.
Yeah.
Oh, so
So
you did remote year too.
I
Excellent.
didn't do it for the year. I quit before.
Hmm.
That's another things we can talk about. But I saw that pop up ads for remote year, and I thought, okay, why don't I introduce that to my company, to my bank, to the bank, and tell them and find a way to tell them to send me working remotely and let me become
Yeah.
the nomad.
So take your same job because I'm
Exactly.
assuming that the job that you were doing is probably location independent. It
Yeah.
probably didn't matter where you were.
It's actually involved a lot of business trips at that
Mm,
time. So I was like, like I'm always on plane and always like moving abroad. Why don't I do that my full-time lifestyle?
right.
And there is remote here, I will join. So I introduced them that program. And after a long round of conversation and negotiation, they accepted.
Wow. That's fantastic.
And they were like,
I'm
okay,
actually really surprised by that because a lot of companies are not that
no,
lenient with that kind of thing. They
yeah,
want you to be in the office, especially in Japan. It's kind of like, okay, you got to be in the
yeah,
office, in the office,
yeah. But they
because
wanted to get remotely.
it's those big open plan offices, right, where everybody's like on top of each other and they're all working
Yeah.
together.
Oh gosh, can you imagine? Like, and I remember I was fighting with them to turn off the artificial light and open the windows so that we have like natural light. Ugh, I lost too much energy, yeah, talking about that with them. But they allowed me to go on remote here,
Oh, excellent.
and I joined. And after 5 months, I decided to travel on my own and to quit remote here.
So where did you go with
Um,
remote year?
so we started in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur.
Ooh, fantastic.
Yeah, it was
I've never
great.
been there, but I really want to go. I've been to
It,
Singapore. Singapore is the closest I ever got, but I hear it's
yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, Malaysia is it's beautiful. It's wonderful. It's life is not that expensive. It's big. There is plenty of gym. I was very much into fitness at that time. Well, I'm still, but not as much as before. And yeah, it was amazing. It's big. It's a big city like Kuala
Mhm.
Lumpur. But it was great. It was a good start. And we did so Malaysia. Then we went to where did we go? To Thailand. Then we went to Vietnam.
Yeah,
Then
so
we
it's every
did
month, right? Every month they would
yes,
switch you to
one
another
month.
country. Yeah.
Exactly, 1 month at a time. The reason why I quit after 5 months is that I was, um, we were maybe 20 or 30 people from that program. So they pair you with 30 people and you move country to country. But I think we were only 2 Europeans. And I was the only one with that heavily Asian influence
Right.
because I lived in Japan and in Asia for
Yeah,
so
so you
many
already
years.
had that exposure to Asian
Yeah,
culture there. And everybody else was mostly American, is that
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Who were
Yeah.
traveling for the first time, who were
Yes, I believe it.
discovering the world for the first time. So,
I can totally see Americans use something like remote year as a tasting. It's like a tasting menu. You go from
exactly.
one country to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next.
Exactly. And I think there were at that time a big cultural clash.
Mm.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm this myself. I was discovering the American culture at that time. I mean, it was a long time ago now, life spent so much time in the US but it was, it was another, cultural clash. I was working a lot because I was still working for that bank. And so I didn't have the flexibility that everybody had.
Mm.
So we didn't really connect that much, and that was
Right.
a pity. But I decided, okay, I'm just going to travel by myself on my own, quitting the program. 5 months is enough training for me to see what is possible to do,
Hmm.
where I can go, how I can manage being on my own abroad.
So they kind of trained you for that, right? Like going through that process helped you, like it educated you on
Yeah,
how to move around and stuff like that.
yeah,
And you're saying everybody else on the program was mostly more digital nomads, freelancers who could work anytime they wanted to, as opposed
yeah,
to people
yeah.
who had
Freelancers, or
remote
they have
workers.
exactly, or they have their own companies, so they had way more flexibility. So,
Right.
and nothing compared with working with with working for a Japanese company.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I had crazy hours, even if I were remote.
Yeah, I
So,
can imagine. That put you through the ringer.
yeah.
They really.
But guess what? So after 5 months, I quit remote here. And after 6 months of nomading, my Japanese company, the bank I was working for, asked me to come back to Japan.
Oh no! Return to
Yeah.
office.
Yes, return to office, come back. We want you here.
Oh my
Um,
God! That's when you say, "Oh no! Do I really want to do this?" It's like.
oh God, that
So
that was,
did you go back?
no, I quit.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, of course.
Good for you.
Yeah, I was like, there is no way that I go back to work
See, you
in the
had a taste of the digital nomad life, and you're like, I'm not going back there. Come on.
exactly. Once you start, this is what I say. Like once you start, like really, this is so enjoyable that there is no way that I would go back to working in the office,
Yeah.
and I was feeling so free to start working remotely and to travel the world, and I was also way more productive.
Mm.
Um,
Oh
with,
yeah, you're way more productive when you're working like that. But I guess the question I had there was like, weren't you worried about money though? I mean, you had this job and it was
Mhm.
you're doing well, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, I'm quitting now. How am I going to replace that? Because you still need to fund your travels, right?
Right. So I was less worried about money at that time because working in investment bank, I was earning a lot, so I had
Mm,
savings. But I was more worried about what to do
mm.
because I'm like,
Well,
okay,
because remote year told you exactly where you were going next, and next, right? And then now
what
you're
to
like,
do professionally?
oh, what to do professionally,
Yeah,
right?
because I quit the corporate world. I was like, there is no way that I want to work for corporates anymore. I want to become my own boss.
Mm,
I want to, yes, to work on my own terms. So, with all my background working as a civil servant and then working in business development and investment banking, what can I do as an entrepreneur or as a freelancer to sustain that lifestyle and to make it work?
yeah.
So I gave myself like 1 year, 1 year and a half with the saving that I had, and until I figured it out. And that's when the real journey began.
I bet. Well, when you first left, did you say to yourself, "I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm
Oh
still going
no.
to leverage these business skills that I have, and then do consulting or anything like that?" Or did you immediately said, "Okay, I'm done with that. I want to do
Yeah,
something completely
I was
different."
done with that. Like when you reach,
That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
exactly. I was 35 at that time, so I was like, I'm done with that. I just don't want to work for. I don't know. I needed some things with a mission, with a purpose.
Mm.
The only mission on investment banking, the purpose of investment banking is making money.
That's
Like,
right. That's right. That's why I say anybody I know, it's like I was like sometimes I mentor some younger people, and they're all like about money, money, money. Like I said, if you're all about money, 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 just get into the business of money.
yeah,
Because when you get into the business of money, then you'll probably make a lot of money. I mean, it's going to be
yeah,
hard work,
yeah,
but it's like, oh, I have a vision, I have a purpose. Well, if it doesn't have to, but you can't make money. It's easier to make money if you're in the business of money.
yeah,
If money is your purpose, if that's what you're trying to do, then sure, go into finance, go into investment banking, go into those types of fields, because you're going to make a lot of money
yeah,
if that's your purpose. But if that's not your purpose, then you got to do something different. So it's great that you saw that
exactly.
coming.
And there is nothing wrong with having as a purpose to make money. I mean, it can be a purpose on its own, and that's totally fine. But what I was realizing is that I would spend the money that I was earning for balancing my level of stress. I would go to the spa, I would go to, like spending all this expensive things or compulsively like buying
Wow.
fashion, which when you are become a nomad, you need to learn the minimalistic life.
Yes. It's interesting you should say that because I've talked to two people who did the same thing. They were in super high stress roles and they were spending all of their extra money trying to alleviate
Yeah,
the stress.
exactly.
So it's kind of like, it's like, what are you going to do if you're just going to spend the money to alleviate the stress? Then why have the stressful job? It
Yeah.
didn't make any sense, and it didn't help them. I mean, they weren't enjoying things. They weren't enjoying their life because they were
Yeah.
spending so much time working.
There were no life. There were no social life. No social life. I mean, like apart from coworkers, and when you're nomads, you don't even have coworkers
Yeah.
anymore. So there were no social life. But I thought the corporate world, the business world, how can I say, like traditional business path is not for me. Public path is not for me too. So what do I want to do? What is
Right.
And like many lost nomads, no judgment, I went to Bali myself.
That is one of the first places you do go to is Bali.
Yeah. Like I think everybody who goes to Bali are either working into like building a business.
Mhm.
So there is a lot of entrepreneur that's very motivating and very inspiring. Or they go for healing their heartbreak. So I think
Mhm.
I was going for these two things at the same time.
2 for 1.
Right, 2 for 1. And so yeah, I went to Bali. I stayed I think 5-6 months or so to find out what to do. And I was really interested in everything's related to holistic health and to specifically at that time about tantra. The philosophy of tantra. I was like, oh my god, I love that. I'm so passionate about it. I want to learn about it. I'm pretty sure I can do some things related to tantra. I can become a tantric coach or facilitator. So I've tried the coaching path.
Mhm.
And that take us to the end of 2019 to mid 2019.
Were you still in Bali at the time?
I left around September.
Mhm.
And I had met another partner at the time, I had a boyfriend, and we decided to being nomading together.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and we went to South America.
Nice.
Yes, which was it was great. But then, so I was still at the time figuring out how can I become a full-time tantra teacher in this world while nomading. My saving was arriving to the end.
Oh boy.
Yep. I was like, well,
Time to make a decision.
time to make it. It's been a year already of me trying to figure it out. Times to make a decision. And then March 2020, COVID happened.
Oh no. And you were in which
And
country were you in at the time?
I was in the States at that time. So
Okay.
with my boyfriend at that time. So, and I had to leave the country because my visa was expiring. And I was okay, there is two options. There is the option to go back to France for the lockdown, which I really didn't want to.
Mhm.
Or to go to Mexico because the border of Mexico was still open.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
so
you weren't the only one around that same time. They decided to go to Mexico because
yeah,
at least they could get out of the country.
exactly. So many people, so many nomads were like coming to Mexico to just stay there until the situation would get better. So I came
Yep.
to Mexico, and during the pandemic, I've done the things that I'm most passionate about. I was writing. I started writing on Medium, a blogging platform.
Oh, nice.
And
And
yeah,
is that where you started your
yes,
so you're instead of coaching, let's say you did some coaching first.
Yes, I did some coaching, but I was, I'm not very good with marketing. I'm not very good with
Oh, yeah. I hate it too.
yes,
It's like,
that's not the things that I'm the most for. Like when I was working either investment banking or business development, I had a marketing team taking
yeah,
care of.
somebody else does the marketing for you.
No, not me. So I was, okay, I know I have all the knowledge about Tantra. I'm a very good coach. I heard that from people. I know how to hold space, facilitate, and um, but I didn't know how to make myself known to the world.
Mm.
Oh, and in any case, we were in that moment of time where nothing was working. Like
Yeah,
I
you couldn't
didn't,
do anything in person, that's for
yeah,
sure, right?
couldn't
So
do
the
it.
only thing you could really do is online. So did you do coaching online at the time,
I
or
was
was it all in
doing
person?
coaching. No,
Hmm.
I was already doing coaching online, so there were in person and online too. But on the side, I just put myself into writing and
Mm. So
writing
you
my
started writing on
things
Medium.
on Medium, and it worked very well. Like
Nice.
like Medium was paying me well. I was one of those writer on Medium that was earning quite some good money.
Oh, excellent. That's great.
Yeah, that was good. It's different now. Medium has changed the algorithm, so it's very different. And then through Medium, um, clients like brands were finding my writing and asking me to write for them.
Oh,
Um,
fantastic. So you were getting writing gigs through it. Oh,
exactly, like
that's
copywriting
amazing.
books, and this is when I really realized, oh my God, actually, copywriting it's a real work, and content writing is a real work. I could monetize that. I could do that. I love writing. I do it well. And I had a specialization because I was writing about anything related to tantra, to sexuality, to relationship. And at that time, there were not many people who were willing to write that honestly on the blog, because I had
I know
really,
it's people like it's kind of like you when you think about doing something like that, you go, well, what about my reputation, right? But if that's where you want to build your reputation, it's kind of like I mean, I had an opportunity once a long time ago to be involved in the development of an online porn site in Canada.
no, wow.
And I was about to pull the trigger, but then I thought to myself, do I really want to be involved in this? And the friend of mine who actually went and got involved in it, like he's like a multimillionaire now. I think he's living in Panama or something like that. And I'm like, if I'd have just done that for a few years, I might have been okay, because then I would have said I didn't need to worry about a reputation, right?
No, for sure. It's
But no, if you're going to do it, why not? Because
yeah.
I think times are different now. Times are different, definitely different.
Mhm, mhm. And as a writer, you're always behind the screen, so I don't know what was this job was about.
No, it'd all be behind the scenes. It was like the IT. It was the IT
Okay.
stuff because
Yeah.
I remember it was really
Gosh,
funny
a missed
because it
opportunity.
was
That
like
earns a lot of money.
building the servers for the porn
Mhm.
site, right?
Okay. Oh.
And of course, there was we had to do. I remember the guy who actually took the job. He had to do so much technology work because the amount of traffic that these servers were getting, because you put one of those sites up and it gets tons of traffic right away, and the work he had to do on the back end to try and make it keep the servers running was really intense. And I'm like, well, that's kind of a challenge, like from a technology perspective, it's a huge challenge, but didn't want to be involved in that
Right.
just in case, right? It wasn't going to go on my LinkedIn profile, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Yes.
But in retrospect, I probably should have done it, right? Like you're saying, it's
I
like,
mean, like, this is
if it was just
every
back end stuff, no big deal.
everything related to sexuality, it pays very well.
Yeah.
Like I am copywriting right now for brands in the intimacy field, and so and it's booming at the moment. It's really booming. So yeah, like
Oh,
it's
it's hugely booming. I think it's always been booming. The
great.
question is like, do you want to? It's like at one point it was not a good idea to be involved in that, because once you got involved in it, like you couldn't get out of it. But
Hmm.
the times are very different now, and the cultures are more open, and they're more okay with somebody doing something like that and still being like
Hmm.
not somebody you look down upon, especially when you're doing more intimacy work, like you're
Yeah.
talking about, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Which
Because
is everyone is interested in that. I mean,
right, there is a difference between porns and intimacy. I just
yeah.
want to highlight that.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. It's like it's part of human nature. It's like we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for what you're talking about,
Yeah.
right? And we should just embrace it and go. You know what? This is part of human nature. This is part of who we are. You know, we need this to procreate the species and stuff like that, right?
Mhm.
So this is all good stuff that we shouldn't be like hidden under the covers,
Yeah.
right?
Now, I need to say, like, when we hear intimacy, we only hear, like, we often only hear physical intimacy. There is so many layers of intimacy: emotional intimacy, spiritual intimacy, mental
Absolutely.
intimacy. So my publication on Substack right now, like, talk about all of these layers of intimacy. And when I approach a client, or when a client who want me to write for their brand approach me, it's for all these layers of intimacy, you
Of
know.
course.
And so that's just want to mention that.
Oh no! I totally get that. It's like immediately people's minds go to straight
Yeah.
to straight to
Okay.
that.
Mhm.
So you're able to build a business, a copywriting,
Yeah,
writing business on like Medium as your sort of lead magnet, and then
exactly.
they'd come to you and say, hey, you know, build a business. So
Right.
is that your main moneymaker now? Is writing?
That's my main money making now. Yes, that's
Excellent.
writing. So since 2020, I would say. And so first was on Medium, then I had clients. Then of course I was continuing Tantra, like facilitating Tantra classes and retreat and, you know, coaching on the side. Um, And then around 2024 or 2023,
Were you still in Mexico at the time?
no, so yeah, after the pandemic, after when border was open, oh, I left. I started nomading again, you know.
The open road call to
Yeah.
you.
And you know what is very interesting is that for everybody who were in lockdown, for every foreigner or nomad, if I could say, who were in lockdown in Mexico at that time, after when the border opened, you could apply for the residency.
In
So
Mexico.
yeah, in Mexico. So they will give you the residency. They had a special program for nomads, for remote worker, that if you were in lockdown in Mexico during that time, we will give you the residency. So now I'm a permanent resident of Mexico.
Oh, congratulations.
Here. I'm still a nomad, but you know,
Right.
I have the
Well, you got to have a residency somewhere, right? I mean,
yeah, yes,
that's the thing.
for sure. Mhm. So
And then, so you're making your money that way. And then are you still like nomading? Where are you right now?
so I'm in Mexico at the moment, but
you
that
still
no, I left Mexico after in 2022, and then I started nomading again. I don't know, travel to so many countries.
How long do you usually stay in a country, and how do you decide where to go?
That's like that's a good question. So for how long? It depends on the country. How long is their visa? How long I can stay?
Oh, so you stay. So you're not a fast traveler. You kind of stay
No.
as long as you possibly can. So
Yeah.
if you go to Europe, if you stay
Yeah.
in Portugal, it's a 3-month thing. So after
Yeah.
3 months, you go
Right.
somewhere else.
Between 1 to 6 months. It's really depends.
Depends on it.
Yeah, like I mean, because it's good. It's good also to be a slow nomad, just to make more friends, to get to know the culture deeper than just on a surface level,
Yeah.
and also to rest. You know, like rest.
Oh yeah. Because there's people who like go from place to place. It's like I'm a week here, a week here, a week here, a week here. You can't
Exactly.
understand what it's like in a place if you're only there for a week or a few days.
Yeah.
It's not the same. But if you're in there for months, you know, you become. It's like the difference between being a tourist and a local.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. And what I think, and what I would encourage everybody who is nomading or who is interested in nomading, is to get to know the local culture. It's your opportunity to know the local culture, to discover the local food, to learn how to cook the local food in case you like cooking like me. To make friends with locals and to hear how they see the world from their point of view. There is so much to learn. To try to live in a local neighborhood. Like in Mexico right now, I'm in a local neighborhood. And it feels so good to merge, to be among like the locals and to have this interaction with the local, because this is when you realize that the world is just, we're all similar. We're all the
Hmm.
same. We're all human.
Yes.
And we can have all love for all humans, no matter different culture. If you stay in your bubble of others, foreigners, nomad of your same background, same origins, etc. Yes, it's comfortable, but did you become a nomad just to remain comfortable? No,
Yeah.
like the whole point
Because
is,
I know people who do that, right? They stay in their little nomad bubbles with other expats, and you're like, why would you go to that country if you're just going to hang out with other people who are expats from your own country? It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, you go there to experience the country that you're in.
yeah.
And having said that, I hear that a lot of these digital nomad locations are kind of overrun with expats now. It's like especially Lisbon and I think Mexico City and a few others. There's like, don't, it's like nowadays people are saying don't go there because there's so many digital nomads and expats. It's like it doesn't even feel like the country anymore.
That's right. I mean, there is always a way to still be immersed within the local culture if you choose to, yeah, be a little bit away from the expat neighborhoods.
Yep.
Okay, you will have to walk more or take the public transportation, or but it's so worth it.
Mhm.
It's amazing. I love doing that. That's my style of
I love it.
traveling. Yeah. Um, but to go back to what you were saying, so no, you were asking me how long do I stay and how do I decide? How long do I stay? Between 1 to 6 months, depending on the visa situation. Where do I decide? Where my heart decides.
I love
um,
it.
like right now, I'm in Mexico. I am flying back to France next week. Then I will stay like quite sometimes with my parents. I wanna spend some time with my parents in France. Then I've already decided. Normally, I don't plan ahead of time.
Hmm.
It's really spontaneous.
Nice.
But I'm already thinking that after France, I will return to that part of the world. So in North America, Central America, and I want to go to Costa Rica.
Mm.
I wanna explore Costa Rica.
Oh, you've never been to Costa Rica yet?
Not yet. Have you
Oh, you
been?
have to go.
You've been?
It's amazing. Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I love it. I love it. Big bugs though. If you're okay with bugs.
Oh, I'm used
It's
to.
they have every climate under the sun. You have desert, you have jungle, you have everything. It's an amazing place. Lots of expat Americans go there too. So stay away from those communities because you don't want to
Yeah, my
experience that.
local friends. Yeah, but it's good to have. Okay, it's good to have your friends, local friends, and it's also good to have your expat friends
Oh,
because
for sure.
sometimes you can get homesick.
Yeah,
And
and
when
they'll help you too. So it's
yeah,
kind of like everybody, your expat friends who have already been there. They can act as your guide as
exactly.
you come into the country. It's kind of like one of those good things that Remote Year did, right? Is like they
Mhm.
had people, at least from what I've heard, they had people help you. They had guides to assist you when you're in these other countries, right?
Yeah,
When you were there.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, they were not necessarily very helpful, but my opinion.
Maybe that's why they're not around anymore. Who
Yeah,
knows? That
exactly.
could be
The
the
company is
problem.
closed, so I can say that. But yes, so
So,
um,
so I want to ask you about healthcare. I mean, what do you do? What do you do for healthcare? Because I know some people, especially
right.
those who are over 50, are concerned about, what would happen if
Yeah,
something happened on the road.
that's a good question. Because it did happen to me on the road that I had to go to the hospital.
Hmm.
And I remember that time in Peru where I had a terrible, like, I don't know what happened. I think I had food poisoning,
Mm.
and they gave me um a medicine that I ended up being allergic to.
Oh no!
Yeah, and
Yikes!
so yeah, and so I had to be hospitalized, which was horrible. So yeah, healthcare is like you want to take care of that for sure. I had moment where I travel with a healthcare insurance and health
Hmm.
insurance, especially if the country require it. Then I will get a health insurance. And then I have mostly big part of the time not travel with any health insurance.
Uh-huh.
And the reason why is because I've noticed that the country I am traveling to the healthcare is very affordable.
Right.
Let's say Mexico, they have very good healthcare and it's not that expensive.
Yeah.
And even in private hospital, like the price that I would pay for monthly health insurance, I would rather save it, and then if I have to go to the hospital, use that emergency fund.
Yeah.
Um, that's just the way I'm doing it. I don't know if it's the best way. I don't know if it's the most responsible way.
Well, you're not the only one. I've
Right.
heard that, especially for
Mhm.
Americans who are digital nomads. Healthcare is so expensive here. It's such a
Yeah.
huge barrier. We think, oh my God, what if something happened to me? It would cost me a fortune. But
Right.
the reality, it'll cost you a fortune here, but it
Yeah,
wouldn't cost you a fortune if you're in
exactly.
Mexico or wherever else you
Yeah.
are.
When I had to be hospitalized in Peru, for example, I think I paid $250 for the week. I
Oh my
don't
God, that's nothing.
I know.
Here it's like $16,000 a day or something insane
Okay.
like
Oh,
that.
wow. Yeah. So that, or here in Mexico, I did a lot of medical checkup at some point when I was living here during the pandemic, and same, like that's about amount. So it's like, but of course, if you want to feel like safe, if you want to feel more, how can I say? Like if you want to give yourself like some ease of mind, then I would recommend to get health insurance. I used, I think, Genki or something. It was it?
Oh
No,
yeah,
Safety.
Genki is one of the ones that
Yeah.
have
No,
people
it
been
was
mentioning.
Safety Wings that I used, but
Safety wings.
I've never had to use it.
Hmm.
So we're lucky me, by the way.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's good. But yes, so there is plenty of health insurance. I think if I would choose another health insurance right now, I will not use Safety Wings or Genki because I don't know, I didn't hear many good things.
Oh, okay. Are
Sorry
there
for this.
there's others out there?
Yeah. I heard a lot of good things about April insurance. I don't know if it's something
April?
that
No, I've never heard of
yeah,
that one.
maybe it's a
Oh,
European one. I'm not sure. Yeah, but I heard a lot of good things. I had a friend, Nomad, also. She was robbed. Her house was robbed when
oh
we were in
no.
Vietnam, and April insurance like pay her back everything, all the stolen device and everything.
Wow. I got to do some research on that one.
Yeah,
See if I can
and
find that out.
and she didn't have any receipts, for her computer because she bought them a long time ago, but they still like pay her back.
Wow.
So, it sounds like a good one.
Wow. That sounds
Uh,
cool.
yeah, but I need to explore that.
So I want to go back for a second to your parents. Like, what did your family think when you said, "I'm going to digital nomad around the world"? What did they say to you? Did they
Well,
say you're crazy, or yeah, that's just her?
yeah, I think it was the other that just her because they knew from when I was a kid that I was always wanting to travel. Like I was printing, like the agency tour agency. They
Oh
had
yeah,
like catalogs and everything, and I was like cutting them and putting that on my wall of all the countries I wanted to go. So
I
they
love it.
yeah, always knew that. Um, but now, yeah, they think when they look at my lifestyle, they're like, "You're lost, girl. Come back." I'm like, you're
But you're having
lost.
fun. You're having the time of your life. I mean,
Yeah, and
you're
then
really enjoying life. This
yeah,
is great.
and it's true that at some points there are moments in my life where I feel lost. That's true.
Mm.
But aren't we all, even if we work in a corporate and we are staying, it's just cycles of life
Oh
where
yeah,
we question everything and we're like, okay, what do I do with my life now? I don't like my job. What do I do? I don't like my
yeah,
husband, whatever, like things
yeah.
like that. So yes, I do. Like they look at me and they're like, oh my god, she's Is there a version of Peter Pan for women? What would it be? I don't know what would that be. Like a female Peter Pan, like grow up. Like basically, they're telling me that. And
Why? You're living your best life. You're enjoying yourself, and you're making money, and you're going to. It's like it's like people. I think there's people in corporate jobs sitting here watching this, going, "Oh my God, I wish I could do that. I
yeah,
wish I could do this." She's so lucky.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
so lucky that they would say that.
yes. So yeah. But now after 8 years of nomading, I reached that time of my life where I would want to have a base somewhere because I don't have
Mm.
a base. So when you meet nomads, they will ask you, "Where's your home base?" or "Do you have a base?" I don't know if
Yes.
that happened to you.
Yes, no, that does happen a lot. I notice
Mhm,
there's very few nomads who I've talked to, and I think I've got 50 shows up now.
mhm.
Very few of them actually do not have any place
Yeah.
which is a base. They have
Mhm.
they have some place where they can still go back to, and I think that might be like a human thing. It's like we still want that little foundation. So
Mm.
if everything goes to hell, you can go back there.
Right.
It still feels a bit like home, right?
Exactly. So I'm one of those who don't have a base. I don't have a base, but now I'm starting feeling the desire to have a base for
Mm.
two reasons. One, I would love to decorate my place because now I move
That is
from
true. You never get to decorate your place if you're always on the move.
never because you rent furnished house or Airbnbs. I don't do hotels anymore. It's so tiring to live in a hotel. I need like really like a house.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't get to choose my furniture. I don't get to choose the decoration. So I really want to have a place where I have my beautiful desk for writing. Oh, I can already visualizing it. The bookshelf is
I
full
love
of
it.
books.
And then you'll be posting pictures on your
Oh my
Substack
God.
of all of these. Here's my beautiful desk, and here's my beautiful office. And
Exactly. So that's one of the reasons to be able to decorate my place and also to make sustainable friendship
hmm
because
exactly, because when you're in moving from one place to another like that, it must be hard to sustain friends because you're in there in person for 3 6 months,
yeah.
and then you're gone. I mean, do you maintain those friendships
So
afterwards?
I found an amazing system to maintain friendship, and I wanted to talk about that. So recently, since 2023, until 2023, for the first few years of nomading, you will meet people, and then you never know when you're going to meet them again.
Hmm.
And that's a pity. We will stay in touch a little bit on WhatsApp and or on Instagram, and sometimes we are in the same country. Let's meet again. Perfect. But now, what I do every year, I join a program called Nomad Cruise. I don't know if you heard about Nomad Cruise.
Nomad cruise. I've heard that
Oh,
there's.
yes.
I've heard about it. I don't
Are
know
you
much about
are
it.
you joining us next time? Will you join us in November?
Well, tell me more.
I'll send you my affiliate links with a discount.
For sure. Where
Yeah.
is it? When is it
So
happening?
it's a cruise that go from one port to another. The destination is always different, but it's a gathering for nomads,
Oh, I
and
love it. That's
it's
great. Is it like
amazing.
Nomad Fest but movable?
Yeah, like kind of, because it's basic. You have conference, you have activities, you have networking,
Oh,
and
I
you're
love it.
in a all inclusive cruise, and you move from one country to the other. You have different spots, you discover places, and because people often come back, then there is this community that you have friends to meet again.
Oh, I love it. I
Oh
love
my
it.
God, I'm going to see that person again. That's going to be amazing.
Nice. I'm going to put links
Yes.
to
Yeah.
that for down
Yeah.
here. So,
Let me give you my link
yes, please send your affiliate links.
so that I can join the next time with discount. But it's really amazing. I love it. It's and then because this community is very like-minded people, there is a lot of people 50 plus.
Mm,
So that's great to meet all range of nomads from
excellent.
all over the world. And the people that I have met on Nomad Cruise are so open-minded that if you tell them, okay, next month I'm going to that country, would you like to join? And we rent a big house, and they will most
They'll
likely
do it.
tell you yes. Yeah. So
I love it.
one of the reason I'm back here in Mexico, it's because one of my good friend from Nomad Cruise, she's here. And I was like, hey, you know what? I'll come back and I'll spend more time here so that we can hang out together and
I
do
love
things
it.
together. And then next, like in April, I have friends who suggested that we all meet in Thailand and rent a big villa together, and we co-work and we train Muay Thai together.
Wow, I love that. Sounds great.
Yeah, it's very good. I'm really
So
happy.
you're building your community anyway, whether or not they're in person. You're still
Yes,
connected to these people who are also doing it. So
exactly.
the other thing I want to ask you, I know we only have about 15 minutes left. I wanted to
Yeah.
ask you about safety, especially I'm assuming you're solo female traveler now.
Yes, I'm a solo female traveler.
So what do you do about that? Because that's another thing high on the list,
Right.
especially for women. It's like, how do you stay safe in these places that
That's a good
might be a little bit edgy?
Right. The only place where I had problem was in Guatemala.
Really?
Yes, the only place where
Thailand, Bali,
no,
Malaysia,
yeah.
everything's wonderful.
Yes,
Mexico is great. It's just
yes,
Guatemala.
wonderful. Guatemala were the only place where this level of unsafety that I felt
Really?
was so strong, and things happened, and it was.
Oh, geez. Did you know
Yeah.
about it before you went? I'm assuming you didn't.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
I mean, like, people will say, but people say that the whole world is unsafe. So, like,
yeah,
between what
exactly.
people
Wherever you are,
yeah,
anything could happen anywhere.
exactly.
It's
So
true.
between what people say and what I have experienced myself, I've always learned, go experience it by yourself. I went to India by myself as a
Mhm.
solo woman, never had
Wow.
any problem. And it has been amazing. I know everybody experience is different, but then I went to Guatemala, and so I did heard that it's not really safe. And I was assaulted in the street by a 10 years old kid who were drunk.
What? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it's very sad now. Like,
That's
when I think
terrible.
about it,
Oh,
it's like this level of precarity that they have.
yeah.
That really like broke my heart. So it's one of the only country where I saw kids not smiling. And I went to India. Like in India, also, there is a big gap, but people smiling to all the countries. So, I generally feel safe. Also, don't take risk. I'm not someone. I'm not a party girl. I don't go and drink and get drunk and
Yeah.
things
You
like
don't
that.
put yourself in those situations where
Yes.
something could happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't put myself in the situation. Let's say if I would go on a date in one of this country, I would always tell a friend, hey, I'm going on a date. Here's my shared location.
Yeah. Well, you do have to like if when you're dating and you're doing this, you do have to do all these extra things that are different from if you were just living in one place.
Yeah, for sure. So I would say, for women who are wanting to start nomading as a solo woman, that most of the time I feel safer abroad than walking in the street of Paris, for example.
Really?
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, no, I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, I would never walk alone in the street in Paris in the middle of the night. And here in Mexico, I walk alone in the street.
Yeah.
And I have no problem.
Well, Tokyo must have been. I'm assuming you're in Tokyo. Like that is like the safest big city I have ever been in. I can't imagine. I don't know how they do it, but it's like so
Yeah.
safe. You can walk any time of the day or night, and you never have to worry about anything.
Which it's a good and not good at the same time, because I was living on autopilot. I didn't have to be aware of my surrounding.
Yeah.
So I didn't
You do have to. You do relax. I always feel more relaxed when I'm in Japan. I don't know what it is.
But I felt relaxed, and then I was in my mind all the time thinking of something else instead of being present and looking around. So
which you probably should be elsewhere,
exactly.
right?
A little level of, I need to be alert, make you more present.
Yeah.
And you enjoy life more. You enjoy your travel more.
So what would you say is like the number one, like there's people out there watching this and they're like, I really want to do that, but something's holding me back. What would be the number one piece of advice you'd give to somebody who's thinking about doing this?
Right. you will never be ready. So don't wait to be ready, or don't wait to be ready. Yeah, don't wait to be ready. Don't wait until you really feel 100% secure, safe about it, because that time might never happen. Just do it, and then
Yeah.
you will learn. Like, you will learn on the way how to do it. Even if you don't have a stable remote job right now. I didn't have a stable remote job when I started. Okay, I had savings, a little bit of
Yeah.
1 year of saving. But like, always go back to the corporate world at some point, like if needed.
Yeah. See, that's the
Mm,
thing that a lot of people
yeah.
forget is that all of these decisions that you're making, they're reversible,
Yeah.
right? So if you decide one day, this is not for me, I'm gonna live somewhere and I'm gonna work for a company again.
Yeah.
There's
Mhm.
nothing stopping you from going back to do that.
Right. And I know
Unless, of course, you
people.
want to go back to
Yeah.
Japan and work for a company there. Then it's like hard work.
I thought of it. I really thought of it.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, should I do that just for 1 year so that I save again a lot of money, and then
Yeah, that's right. Just to fill up your kid piggy bank again.
It's like, no, Hakima, don't do that. It's fine.
But
Um,
you're doing great now, right?
yeah,
So
now
it's
it's
like, and you can work from anywhere. So
yeah,
tell me a little bit about your day. Like, what's your day like? I mean,
yeah.
when do you work? When do you stop working? Like,
So people are going to be jealous.
exactly what I
No,
want to hear.
right. So it depends. It's by phase. Right now I'm in a phase where I work a lot. So, but I work a lot. Like,
What's a lot though? I mean, it's not 8 hours a day. I'm assuming
it's
you're
12
not working
hours a day.
12 hours a
Yeah,
day.
but I love my
See,
job. I
you're
love.
Japanese trained. You're Japanese trained.
That's what my roommates told me. They're like, you work a lot. I was like, but I love what I do right now.
It's 2 o'clock at night. Yeah, are you one of those? Are you one of those a late person, or are you
Yeah,
an early person?
no, I'm an early person.
Early
So
person. So you're
okay,
one of those people up at 4 a.m. doing tantra and yoga and stuff like that, and then you start writing. Right?
I
Is that
know.
what you do?
Yeah. So to tell you, it's just right now, but it's not my normal lifestyle. Right now, I wake up at 5 a.m. I have
Hey,
breakfast.
so do I. So I totally get that. I completely get that.
Yeah. At 7 a.m. I start working. I either work from my home, right, the place I'm renting right now. I go to a coffee place. Then I go for a walk. I go for lunch.
Nice,
Then I go back to work. Then I go for sunset to the beach. I saw the sunset.
nice.
I relax. So, and then 7, 8 p.m. come back, have dinner, rest. Over the weekend, I
See,
meet
you have a
friends.
perfect life. Who
Yeah.
wouldn't who wouldn't want to do that? It's like, look at the rest of us. We're like, you get up, get in your car, drive to an office, sit in a cube for eight
Right.
hours, talk to people you don't like,
Yeah.
and then
No.
and then drag yourself home and be so tired that you got to
Mhm.
just fall in bed. I mean,
Right.
you have the perfect life.
Exactly. And that's my rhythm right now. But I know that when depending, like, other time I wake up at 8 a.m. I go to yoga. I go to the gym in the morning, and then
Yeah,
at 11 a.m. I start working.
but
Um,
you have the freedom to
so
do that.
that that's like, you decide. Basically,
Mm,
you decide when you want to work. If you're working for yourself, either as a freelance or as an entrepreneur, or maybe it might be more complicated if you're working for a company and you have to, still do office hours but remotely.
yeah.
Might be different. But I really enjoy, like, being able to work when I am the most productive. And
Mm.
if I'm not productive, I don't work because it's pointless.
Exactly. And as a writer, I mean, it's a
Mm,
creative process.
mm,
So, I mean, some writers can sit down and just like churn stuff out
yeah,
without, like the creativity can turn on and off.
right.
But for others, it's kind of like, well, am I feeling inspired? Am I
Yeah,
feeling creative? When you're feeling inspired, then you write. When you're
yeah.
not feeling inspired, then, anything that you write isn't going to be very good,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And the time that you are trying to force yourself to write could be a time you take to just go into meditation and to try to respark this creativity here,
Exactly.
and to let the flows come in again. So yes, but also really related to creative writing, to writing itself.
Mm.
I think if you work in another job like marketing or any other things that is not related to writing, then it's maybe more mechanical. So it's
Yeah.
more
See, that's the
easier.
thing about writing. It's so flexible. You can do it anytime, anywhere, and you don't necessarily have to do it in real time, right? Because you get a
Yeah.
job, and they say, okay, this
Mhm.
is when it's due, and you
Yeah.
have all of this time in which
Yeah.
to write it. And
Yeah.
I think that's one of the main skills you need to have. But so the other question I wanted to ask you is that you said you didn't like marketing. It's like
Mhm.
so you started promoting your stuff just by posting it on Medium, and then people saw it. Do you do any
Yeah.
marketing now?
No, I still don't do
Nothing at
any
all. You like all of
marketing.
your work comes in from
Yeah.
your other work that you've done on
Yeah.
Medium and other places.
Yeah, either through client recommendations or because they know me, they recommend me to other people that are looking for a copywriter. On Medium, like I'm growing on I'm Substack. Sorry, I'm growing on Substack at the moment. So that's really motivating when you start monetizing your Substack.
Uh-huh.
Um, and then on Upwork, I use Upwork. So
Oh, so
that,
you actually reach out for gigs on Upwork? Okay.
yeah, that's something that I've been doing since 2020.
Mm.
So I'm like, I really enjoy Upwork. There were a time during 2023 to, I would say last year, with AI completely disrupted the industry of,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
and there were no more work in terms of copywriting. So 2 years
Because
of
everybody was just using AI to generate it, but then they
exactly,
realized it was crap, so
yeah,
they went back.
exactly. So now finally people understand that AI will never replace a human writing, which is amazing. But it took like 2 years of people to find out and making
Yeah,
the error, and so 2 years for writers that were pretty tough.
yeah. So if you
Because
were, let's say you were going to start again right
Mhm.
now. So somebody's out there, they're thinking they do the digital nomad thing, but they're worried about like what kind of business would you suggest they start today?
start anything's related to AI. Like, like really right now, the future is going to be AI.
Hmm.
So build a consulting company related to AI automation, for example.
Mm,
That
mm,
is going to be the future.
yeah,
Um, become or even a consultant that supports people implementing their AI, like
yeah.
to customize their own GPT or things like that. So anything's related to AI, I would really recommend people to look at it because there is a lot of needs right now.
Well,
Um,
what about writing though? Like if you
for
just wanted to start
writing,
writing.
like yes, for writing, I would say pick a niche. Don't be a writer that writes about everything and anything.
Yeah.
Pick a niche. Maybe it could be writing about AI. Maybe it could be writing about sexuality, but no, please let me all the clients come
Oh,
to
come on.
me.
You know there's lots of room in that space. There's lots of room.
Yes, but please let
And
me.
like you said, it's literally a hot space, right?
Yeah,
Like,
sure. But there is a more and more like writers in that field. So
oh
I've
yeah.
seen like the opportunities going more
Yeah,
down
no.
and down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything gets crowded, right?
Right.
Like whenever there's something hot, people
Yeah.
go. People
Yeah.
go, and then eventually it gets to a point where it's just full and you got to do something
Exactly.
different. Something
Yeah.
different.
hmm
Anyway, this has been fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And so if someone wants to get in touch with you, what's the best way? Through Substack or Medium, or
Yeah,
how would they
Substack.
do that?
Like my Substack is linked to that. I think that's live that we are doing. It's
Yep.
the art of intimacy, or it's Hakima Tantrika. Maybe I'll put it in the chat. Hakima Tantrika. Well, .substack.com.
If
And
that's your real last name, I love it.
it's not my real last name, but it's my real first name. But thanks.
I'm like, if that's her real last name, then she was born to do this.
Imagine. No, but my name Hakima means wisdom. So,
Oh,
so
beautiful. That's
I'm
fantastic. I love
born
it.
to bring wisdom or to become wise in self. I think I should
So
start.
So I know we have like 1 minute left, but
Yeah.
why don't you tell us a little bit about what you write on your like specifically on your Substack?
Yeah, in Substack, I write about all things intimacy related. So intimacy with the mind, intimacy with the body, intimacy with spirit, intimacy with yourself and with others, intimacy with money too. And it's a reflection about intimacy and how to become a more present, vulnerable, human, connected human. And so,
I love it.
yeah,
You're doing great work. I love it. I love it all.
I love my
Well,
job.
thank you so much.
You're
And
welcome.
you're such a happy person. I love it.
Thank you.
Maybe we'll do another one later because
That would
I
be
love to keep
great.
talking to you.
Amazing.
All right. Thank you so much.
Chris.
Talk to you later.
Bye bye.
Oh, I'm living that nomad life, city to city, feeling alive. From mountain tops to ocean drives, unchained, I thrive, I thrive. Oh, I thrive.